All right, box 3 from August 9th, Thursday. The first thing that we went through on this call was to go over the pre-work. We had a pre-work of to ask a couple questions on retention, to test the call-in tool. We appreciate the help there, but the focus, of some questions centered on staffing in particular. For the attendees, what we did is we changed a notch of had the sales text group and the urban group joined by Teresa Arbuckle for that staffing focus, and as well again as the urban market, and Ashley Ellison led us through the standard questions. The purpose of the call was not only to have an open discussion, but talk about this updated mission of merging the two groups, but in particular again on staffing. So the agenda topics in general was to recap the previous call and about the future, about our goals and our roles, about where we're moving towards. Ask those staffing questions, and in particular what events that seem to be using, what tools we can use. And on the tools that we can use to assist with staffing, we're going to have some little bit more details. One question that we asked on the staffing questions is what would be helpful, what would attract people, what would catch your eye, especially from a technology-driven perspective, that would want to make people be in FSR, and to keep focus on what tools should we create to make that happen. What tools would make people want to come here? We talked about sourcing as being a part of that, and Patrick talked a lot about social media, banner ads. Teresa walked us through the philosophy of how we use social media today, and a lot of the things that were brought up are the good news are things that we already are doing, but in particular the banner ads, about what could be done even more to target, to increase social media traffic. A link or content, a link that we could give current FSRs or employees that when they come across someone who could be a candidate, or they come across someone who could nominate or be a source for other candidates, that we can give that would be very dynamic, maybe with some videos of our Supreme Court case, videos of our cause. The idea came up with a political campaign with the staffers and our relationships with our public policy folks. What things can we do to reach out? And Lisa Go, as our Vice President of Political, we mentioned about many things that we could do to tap into to those type of resources. Those are all very great tools of what we can do to make a difference. And then we kind of wrapped it up with the follow-up and the commitment to be to test some of these apps. To do that, we need to know which each and every one of you are using in the field, what equipment that you're using. Are you using a tablet? Many are, especially on the smartphones. Are you using a Droid? Are you using an Apple? And if so, what version of the software is it running? What equipment do you have? And a follow-up on those test apps. In particular, we had a lot of feedback of if we do test some apps, to make sure that it has the capacity to have notes, make sure it has strong mapping capacity, and also let's look to the future of tablet content. So that's kind of just a quick summary of some of the high points of what we did in our last Box 3 call. We thank you much for your leadership. Good selling.